Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. Today in the video lecture series we are going to start a new lesson, that is Pillars of Democracy, which is written by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was a lawyer and a social reformer. He was the first Indian to get a doctorate degree in economics from abroad. He was awarded Bharat Ratna for his dedication and commitment for the welfare of our country. And everyone knows that he was one of the architects of the Indian Constitution. He was a very well known political leader, eminent jurist, philosopher, historian, orator, writer, economist, scholar, and editor too. Let us see the title. Pillars actually means strong foundation or support of anything. Let's imagine if a building has a strong support or pillars or a foundation, it would not collapse that easily. Similarly, a nation too requires a strong pillars, and strong pillars of nation means judiciary, executive, legislation and media, that is press. In this particular quote, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar talks about the trinity of democracy, that is, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Let us see what the democracy means. Democracy means a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Let us see some of the important points of the lesson. The first point is to stick to the constitutional methods to sustain the democratic system of the nation. The second point is about maintaining the liberty for the sake of the democracy. And writer here gives reference of John Stuart Mill, whose warning to all is to respect others but don't lay your liberty at the feet of somebody else, even if he is a very great man. Writer quotes an example of Irish patriot Daniel O'Connell, who was against idolizing somebody. Dr. Ambedkar mentioned that hero worshipping is very common in India and it is very hazardous, very risky for the democracy of the nation. He also mentions about the equality in politics and inequality in social and economic life. He also mentions and discusses the need and steps to eradicate inequality. In the next point, that is one man, one vote, here writer explains that every individual has right to vote irrespective of his social and financial status. Writer speaks about the principle of fraternity, that means a sense of common brotherhood, feeling of oneness and togetherness. Unity and solidarity. Here in this point, writer focuses on the importance of being united to be a nation. He also quotes an example of USA to explain solidarity. Writer questions that if India has so many religions and castes, how can we become a nation? In the last paragraph, writer once again talks about the trinity, that is fraternity, equality and liberty, for being a strong nation or one nation. Now let us discuss all the points one by one in detail. Here the main concern of the writer is to sustain the democratic system of India. Democracy should not only be for the namesake, or it should not exist only on the papers or on the documents. It should be there in reality in the society. If we all have to survive and sustain the democratic system, what are we supposed to do? The very important and foremost thing that Dr. Ambedkar wants us to do is to stick to the constitutional methods. And when we stick to the constitutional methods, it is easier for us to achieve our social and economic objectives. So, if we want social and economic justice in India, we must abide by the rules and Indian laws. So, we should follow all the principles. In the next point, talking about the grammar of anarchy, the writer says that before talking about this, let me tell you the meaning of this. The grammar of anarchy means a state of disorder due to the absence of non recognition of controlling system. But in India, we have a good constitution. So, why do we need unconstitutional methods? That is what the writer wants to explain. So, according to the writer, we should abandon or give up these methods of civil disobedience like non-cooperation or satyagraha because we have good constitution in India. And why do we need this kind of commotion or chaos or disorder? And these methods always cause social disruptions and chaos. So it's better that we abandon all these methods as early as possible. The second thing we should do to sustain the democracy is to observe the caution which is given by John Stuart Mill. John Stuart Mill was an English philosopher and economist who was considered to be the most powerful British thinker of the 19th century, and he had cautioned about not surrendering the liberties at the feet of even great people. According to him, there is nothing wrong in being grateful to great people, but there should be some limits and restrictions to gratefulness. Somebody is great and he has done or given a very good contribution to the society or to the nation, but that doesn't mean that he should be kept at a superior position like God. Dr. Ambedkar also gives an example of Irish political leader, that is Daniel O'Connell. He was against idolizing somebody at the cost of one's honor, chastity, or liberty. According to Dr. Ambedkar, hero worshipping is very popular in India and Indians need to be aware about it. And hero worshipping means excessive admiration for somebody else because this is very popular in India, and that is why the admirer or the fan of the hero is biased and blindly believes on any imperfections of hero. Hero worshipping can lead to dictatorship. Dr. Ambedkar further states that bhakti or devotion in religion may take you to salvation, but in politics it may be dangerous and it can lead to only degradation. In political scenario there is equality, but in social and economic life we have inequality. In politics every vote counts. Every vote has same value. This proves that we have equality in politics as every adult is eligible to cast his or her vote. But there is contradiction as there is inequality in social life as we have people of different castes and religion in society, and these people are recognized on the basis of their caste and religion. There is economic injustice and inequality too. So the writer's question is that how long we are going to live with this inequality. If we continue to do so, we will bring the political democracy in danger. If this inequality is not eradicated as early as possible, the sufferers will demolish the system of democracy. The writer also talks about the principle of fraternity, which means a sense of common brotherhood for all Indians. There should be a feeling of oneness among all Indians. The author puts emphasis on the value of liberty, equality, and fraternity, as this can make India an ideal nation. The principle of brotherhood gives unity and oneness to social life. It binds everyone together and it also helps in social stability. However, it is difficult to achieve brotherhood, but how difficult it is? Writer here gives us a reference of James Bryce. In one of the incidents, when prayer was being revised as, "O Lord, bless our nation," but there were many objections raised by the people just because the word nation was used. And finally, instead of the word nation, two words, that is United States, were accepted by all, and it became, "O Lord, bless these United States." When this happened, there was less solidarity and unity in the United States. So, they did not think that they were a nation. And if people of US couldn't feel that they were a nation, isn't it very difficult for Indians to consider that they are a nation? According to Dr. Ambedkar, if we believe that we are a nation, it would be actually a delusion. Delusion means a false belief because India cannot be a nation, according to the writer, where people are divided into thousands of castes. And according to the writer, we must realize as early as possible that we are not a nation, and when we will accept it, then only we can do something to set our goal. When we know what we want, then we realize it, and then only we can do something to achieve our goal. The US doesn't have caste problems as people are not divided into several castes and religion. But in India, there are castes which are anti-national. According to Dr. Ambedkar, castes bring separation in society. They do not keep bonding and harmony in society. They create jealousies and hatred and lots of discrimination too. So the feeling of oneness is lost where there are castes. Writer says that we must get rid of those issues if we have to become a nation in reality. Caste discrimination must be eliminated, which in fact is a serious threat to the democracy. Fraternity can be a fact where there is a nation, and fraternity is a common bond or a feeling of unity and oneness among people. Fraternity automatically gives rise to the concept of togetherness of all castes and religion. In order to maintain the stability in the society, this is a prerequisite to have a fraternity. In a vast country like India, it is definitely a tough job to maintain such feelings, but we must do it for the sake of a nation. If the principle of liberty, equality, and fraternity is followed strictly and religiously, then only it is possible for all of us to become a strong nation or one nation. This was such a great thought put forth by Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, and with this great thought, we wind up the lecture here. Hope you have understood all the concepts very well. Thank you for watching and have a great time.